Welcome back to 0.5% episode 3. Today we'll be continuing looking over my first trade back into day trading, buying into Alibaba, buying in at a worse time, and buying in again at a even worse time. But we'll follow up in part 2 with a successful, profitable trade I completed on JD, a chain supply business in China. But following episode 2, I just want to give you all a heads up. I decided to cut out a lot of the fundamental information about technical analysis. I can do another video on these later, or you can do some research. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. All right, we're jumping back into my first trade back. I'm not sure where we left off on episode 2 with all of the indicators, if this is the settings that I used. I closed it, and I think I told you yesterday that my computer reopens with everything there. And of course, after saying that, it did not. So I had to go back in, I re-put in these arrows, but I did mention that at some of those arrows on the chart yesterday, I had bought twice, so I went ahead and put those in, those locations in, or those time frames in where I bought twice. And I don't know how much time I want to spend on this. I'm going to point out some of the obvious things that I see. I'm sure there's countless reasons why it was bad, or maybe there's a couple reasons why it was a good time to buy. I think there's a clear biggest problem here is the lack of a stop loss. I think there was even an opportunity in the beginning from this first buy. I could have probably hit a 0.5% swing from here to here. Actually, I can check that real quick. Calculator. So if I bought here, let's say I bought at the top, it's 142.49 divided by, let's see if I would have sold even on this one, 142.99. %, just about. I could have got a 1% swing there if I did that right. Anyways, I'm gonna keep it moving. There's so much I've been thinking about recently that I want to talk about, and this won't be my last bad trade, so I'm not too worried about it. But I think, how do I want to do this? I think I'm just gonna start at the beginning. So very likely what I was thinking coming into this, saw this top out excuse me, saw this top out coming down, riding the bottom of the Bollinger Band. Good bounce on solid stem right there on our wick on the candlestick, followed by 3 more strong candlesticks, or not strong, but progressive green candlesticks coming down. So that was probably my first thing. I saw a bounce off of the Bollinger Band. I noticed the width of the band getting wider. Coming down, I see there was just a bounce off the RSI indicator for 30. So it's trending up. That was another good sign for me there. The MACD. So I've already gone ahead and looked at a couple of my trades, and I've noticed one thing in common for all of the positions I entered that I did so poorly, and that is when the MACD is negative or trending negatively. And you can see here, if I zoom out, hold on, I gotta move my phone for a second. So yeah, right here in the middle, there's a gray line. This black line is bouncing off of it there. That's 0. So all of this section here from 945 or from 953 to 1129, the moving averages, the 15 and pretty much the 30 period moving average was not only negative, meaning that the price is continuing to go down, but it was also trending down. So let me think if I understand that right. So as the MACD is approaching 0, the price is not moving much. If let's see, for example, so through here, through the middle, where the price is stabilized, MACD is 0. We come down to where it was dropping, MACD goes negative. Okay. Anyways, so going back to this first entry point, I've got a bounce off the Bollinger Band, a few green candlesticks. Maybe I assumed that was momentum. A bounce on RSI. MACD is negative and appears to be doing a reversal on the 15 period, the black line here. This crossover could, in some circumstances, indicate a green flag. So that's iffy to me right now. Like I think that's why I got convinced. Like I said, come back in first trade, a little antsy or a little anxious. I was like, all right, let me get into a position. But again, biggest problem here, no stop losses. And as I'm starting to notice, all of my poor entries in positions I've taken have been in negative MACD. That's something I'm gonna have to look at. And then let's see what happens. So I miss the opportunity here to grab a 0.5% or more. And I think another thing I was expecting to happen, if we come back over here, so you'll notice how the price is trending when it's going up and when it's going down. When it's going up, it tends to bounce between the 20 period moving average and the top of the band, and then when it's going down, it tends to bounce off the 20 moving average and the bottom band. It's not going typically from the top, from the bottom of the Bollinger Band to the top to the bottom. Whenever it's going down, it stays between the bottom and the middle. Whenever it's going up, for example here, it stays between the top and the middle. So I think that's another thing I was expecting here, and it got up, and I don't think I sold here because I was expecting it to continue. But here's another thing to look at. Look at the moving average from 955 to where I bought in. The moving average is also negative. So, well, yeah, of course. So the 15 average is negative, the 20 average is negative, the 30 average is negative. It's below the it's deviating below even the average. Yeah, not ideal there. All right, so second time, I think I'm just going to assume there was a check here, and now it really will go back up. But already, I should have seen you can from this position. So pretend the to the right of the chart is in here already. Could have seen the downtrend got two touching it already, or multiple touching it already. As far as support goes, so it would have been almost a nice little downward channel if I would have been paying attention to trade within, or downward wedge. Let's see if anything happens there. This is kind of interesting. Nope, nothing I could tell. I think these lines are just adding noise right now. Is there anything further back I missed? How about horizontal line? So what was going on where I bought in again? So I feel like there, what's that? Anything going back? So it looks like there was an opportunity for support here, but it did not hold. I mean, it tested it. And again, so I should have recognized, all right. And then to make matters even worse, so the first one, yeah, shame on the chart. I've got some momentum with the green candles, the bounce on the Bollinger Band, positive trending RSI. Although the MACD is in the negative, it's positively trending, like it's going to cross, the 15 is going to cross the 30. But this second one, so outside the Bollinger Band, give it to me. RSI going negative and not in touching it yet, not even the bounce yet. Like we haven't even seen the bounce. So RSI negative, price negative. MACD really worse. So not only is both the moving averages negative, they're still both trending down, and to make matters worse, the 15 is now crossing under the 30. All that buying right there should have been avoided. All right, so third one. Let's see what's going on here. And I think I'm just hyper focused clearly on the Bollinger bounces. I want to apparently see it hit the bottom and hit the top. I don't think I noticed how it was trending at the time, where when it's coming down it stays between the bottom and the middle, and when it's going up it stays between the middle and the top. So yeah, let's see what's going on here. Now the third time. Jesus. Bounce off the bottom of the Bollinger Band. Give it to me. It's an easy one. RSI trending down, touching the 30, maybe, but not even in it. Trending down. MACD still negative. Another cross. I bought on another cross. 15 going under 30. Yeah, like I said in episode 1 or 2, I bought at a bad time. Bought at a worse time. Bought at an even worse time. Alright, but here was my saving grace. Granted, this whole time I've been averaging down. Bought in 3 times here. I was thinking this had to be a bounce. This was looking like a Fibonacci retracement. And luckily, yep, it did come up. It did start the trend between the middle and the top. I got out here. And let's see what it looks like. Why was that a good reason to get out? 1, because I got my money back. I could have maybe held it. These were both trending up, but they are negative. Like, and look what would have happened if I would have held it. It would have just stayed the same and then gone back down. So I think that was smart for me to take that out. All right, I'm gonna pause here for the break and come back in part 2.